Everybody, garage is a little cleaner, but I wanted to show you the project I've been working on for, I started it about a year ago, but I finally got it done after a lot of procrastinating. I have made a suitcase welder, kind of like the one that you might see. I think it's Chaos Welding. I think they manufacture one. I've had this idea for years. I'm sure they've had it longer. Not going to claim to own up to it, but I always wanted to have some way to weld in the truck that didn't require taking batteries out and chaining them together and possibly running batteries down and having to jump start people. So originally what I wanted to do is I wanted to put batteries in a box, put a couple quick connects on it, have a stick welder, and then as time went on, I was like, maybe I'll get a spool gun, get a Harbor Freight spool gun, wire it up to 2 batteries, do that. And then browsing around eBay one day, I found the components needed to actually make a Mig Welder. And so I was kind of playing around with that idea for a while. And then last year at Matt's Off-Road Games, I saw Chaos Welders. They had theirs set up, really nicely packaged, a really, really cool product. So I figured, what the heck, I'll take a stab at it and make my own. So this is version 1. This is a Harbor Freight Apache 4800 case. And this is what she looks like. It's kind of a tight fit getting everything in. Still trying to figure things out, but inside the case, got a portable weld mask, auto darkening. Find these on Amazon, they're pretty cheap. Got MIG gun, Euro style. I went Euro style, we'll talk more about that later. Found one of these on eBay. This is like 20 bucks. Made a ground clamp. And we'll remove the foam. But what you'll see is I got 2 Duracell batteries. The DRDC12-20N. I got 2 of those. I forget the amp hours on them. They're pretty small batteries, but got these in here. They are wired up in a 24 volt series connection. I have the feed motor. This is just the standard MIG feed motor you can find on Amazon anywhere. And then this is the Euro style socket, which attaches to there. To control speed for the gun, I have just a simple, I think it's just a motor. It's a 24 volt motor controller. It'll handle 36 volts if I need to. 36 volt motor controller. And might as well just turn on. So I have a quick disconnect. Got a cable so I don't lose it. So when you turn the sucker on, digital indicator. So it's 25.3. I checked that with a voltmeter. It's actually pretty close. So I got 25 volts right now. Both batteries are 90% charged. I do have USB. I don't know. I'll probably never use that, but if I ever need it, I got it. If I need to charge something USB. In here as well. Just running flux core, so we're not using any gas. Got in there with some silica packets, so the moisture will stay out. So goes together pretty quickly. You do have to set this up. I'm working on a spool stand for this, so it'll stay here. It'll just pop right in here. And so that'll spin freely. Run the wire in here. Attach the MIG socket in there. And as long as this on, it's ready to go. I did add, this is a starter solenoid. Kind of what you'd see like an older, probably like an older Ford. It looks a lot like the one that's in my friend's Bronco from the 70s, but it's just standard starter solenoid. So have that set up. Without that, the gun would always be hot. So if you crawled underneath the vehicle and just tapped any metal, you get the spark, and you probably don't want that. So the solenoid, it doesn't get hot until you pull the trigger. So get this all set up. I'll show you guys a couple little demo welds, and yeah, that'll be it. All right, back. It's been a couple days. Yeah, it's been 2 days. You may have noticed when I was welding this stuff that it was actually cutting out. So I thought it was a loose wire on this disconnect. This is the same type of disconnect that's on here. You can hear there's like a spring inside of here. I'm guessing it's probably 2 contacts with a spring. Well, I don't think it could handle the amperage. These things are rated for 100 amps according to the Amazon seller. It says 12 or 24 volts. I'm assuming it's 100 amps at 12 volts, not 24, but so had to do an upgrade. So now the most expensive part of the welding project is this guy. So I got a much larger battery disconnect. This one's, I mean, it's solid. It's 1/2-inch terminals, rated for 300 amps continuous and 1,000 amps intermittent. So I think this will be up for the task. The downside is I had to print a new riser. So I printed a new riser, which will change the configuration just a little bit. It'll go in like that to get it to fit in the middle. Got to change the heights a little bit. So anyway, I'm gonna have to get this guy out of here, unwire everything, get him in there, get everything hooked up, wired together, and then rebolted, re-epoxied, everything so that it goes back in. But I have pretty high hopes with this thing. You may notice I got a 24-volt charger. This was actually pretty inexpensive on Amazon, so just charging everything up now. So, okay, we'll get to tear out. Nothing's happening, so. Alright, let's see what happens. I'm going to do this one-handed, so it's going to look really bad. That is on there. Sorry, I'm bouncing around a lot trying to do things one-handed. But yeah, I can't get that to move. So that's solved. So gonna get this all packed up, gonna get it in the truck, and hopefully we never need it. But if we do, I will film some welding on that. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy.